Hi everyone, in this video I will talk about airlines labor costs and fuel costs. Here is the outline. Firstly, I will mention labor cost, fuel cost and total operating cost of some airlines. After that, we will get a quick look at the ratio of labor cost and fuel cost to the total operating cost. And I will talk about ways to reduce these costs and finally potential saving with 1% of labor and fuel costs. When we look at the table, we can see the labor cost, fuel cost, and total operation cost of American Airlines, Qantas Airlines, which are full-service carriers, Jetblue Airlines and Allegiant Airlines, which are low-cost carriers. The bar chart represents the ratio of costs mentioned in the previous table to the total operating cost. Looking at the chart overall, labor cost takes a large part in the total operating cost. In American Airlines, labor cost is 29%, while fuel cost is 22%. In Qantas Airlines, labor cost is 29%, while the fuel cost is 26%. Looking at the Jetblue Airlines, unlike other airlines, the labor cost is 25% and the fuel cost is 31%. Finally, while the labor cost of Allegiant Airlines occupies 30%, the fuel cost is 28%, which is close to labor costs. Let's look at the ways to reduce these costs. The first way to reduce fuel cost is flight planning. If the managers do flight plan, they understand consumption of fuel during operations and try to reduce fuel costs. The second way to reduce fuel cost is reducing weight on board. In order to reduce fuel cost, airlines have to consume less fuel. There are different ways to reduce weight, but charging baggage is the most common way for it. As an aircraft, having less weight means that being lighter. Therefore, consumption of fuel will reduce as well as fuel cost. The first way to reduce labor cost is reducing the number of multi-days work trips by lowering the expense of overnight stays. On the other hand, companies can share jobs between employees. Office jobs are especially suited for sharing duties. Replacing full-time employees with part-time workers can reduce your administrative costs. This also will lead companies to reduce labor costs. If a 1% cost saving is achieved on American Airlines, we can get approximately 725,360 euros. With this money, we can create a development system that decreases the fuel consumption in air. Investments can be made in potential aircraft systems that will not be used for fuel. And finally, by transferring some of the money to ground service employees, productivity is increased. As a result, consumer satisfaction increases. These are our references. Thank you for listening.